There is no shortcut. God is the one who determines the seasons of your rising. But before those seasons come, he would have carried you through process. And the goal of process is to install virtues into you, so that when you rise, you don't go down in shame. God wants you to finish strong. Now, let me show you a few virtues that are high essentials in the equation of rising. Number one is humility. I know I mentioned it already, but I need to bring it out and zoom into it so that you see the significance. In 1 Peter 5 verse 6, it said, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exhort you in due time. In James 4:7, it said, when the man is proud, it's not Satan that fights him. In fact, Satan tries to lift proud men so that he will make a mess with their manifestation. So he said, when a man is proud, God is the one who resists him. James 4:7, God resisted the proud, but he giveth more grace to the humble. So when you want to rise, one virtue you can never undermine is the virtue of humility. Go check David out. You will see the difference between David and Saul. When Saul misbehaved before Samuel, Samuel wanted to walk away. Saul didn't care whether God was hot. He didn't care whether God was angry. What was Saul's attention? Don't leave me before these elders. The people are seeing. Respect me before them. You are at the risk of being rejected by God. You are interested in what the people are thinking. And when Samuel moved, Saul heard him and tore his garment. And Samuel said, this is how the kingdom have been torn from your hand. Today, the Lord has rejected you. Samuel wept for Saul all night. God refused. But you look at David. When David heard that God was angry with him, David tore his garment, fell down, poured ashes on his head, and he didn't bother what people thought. And God calls David the apple of his eyes. Forget all this packaging mentality that came from the West. Excellence is important, but don't make it turn you to a fake person. Pride has killed many people. There are people who cannot even say thank you because they don't want somebody to know that you helped them. Meanwhile, that road, they will still use it. And so the next time they come, they will now tell them, go and learn thank you. When you learn it, come back. And it may take 50 years. The undoing of the man at the bottom. Pride. Number two, virtue that is a God can never overlook is faithfulness and diligence. If you are not faithful, God can't. Remember I told you, lifting in the kingdom amongst other things is what? Responsibility. God cannot take the risk of committing his estate to your trust if he has not vetted faithfulness and diligence in your life. In Luke chapter 16 verse 10 and 12, the Bible told us it was raw. It said, he that is faithful in that which is least is also faithful in much. He that is unjust in that which is least is unjust in that which is much. Verse 12, he said, if you are not faithful in another man's business, who will give you your own? See, I work with many young people. Some of them very gifted. Oh, the way they think. If there's a problem, they just sit down like this. Before you know, they have brought solution out. But what is their problem? They lack faithfulness. They lack diligence. The same thing you correct them on, you will correct them for 3 months, they will still err. And I nod my head. Sometimes when I see them, I just pray for them. So that this level of skill, this level of creativity does not waste. Because I know if they don't change, they will waste.